Good morning guys and welcome to another studio vlog. Today we are in my kitchen. I have to say I don't come here a lot, but I do come here. But I do come here a lot when I'm working on resin stuff, and that is what we're doing this week. There's going to be a bit of a mix of things this week, but I wanted my studio vlogs to, I guess I've been thinking of how I want them to be structured, and I think what I want to do is to try and focus on one project per week in terms of what I show you guys. So there is going to be, as I mentioned last week, quite a lot of grading and packing, but I'm going to save that for maybe some behind the scenes videos that I'm going to do separately. So this week we're mainly going to be focusing on the upcycling pin project that we started last week. So some things have changed with the upcycling pin project. When I was cleaning out the pins, I think I realized that there are so many tiny gaps in these pins that I really don't want to fill again with new paint. So I'm not sure about the upcycling part anymore. I think it's more of a replica project now. I'm working on getting molds made from the pins that we cleaned out, and that is what we're gonna do today. Let me show you guys some fun things. Look at these. So these are the pins that we cleaned out last week. This is the African penguin. This is the jellyfish from my Galactic Reef collection. The penguin is Cosmic Sea. The Yeti crab from Cosmic Sea. The axolotl from Galactic Reef. I don't know why they even bother calling this autofocus, because it really doesn't do the thing. But we're back on manual, so that should be good. Now look. There we go. Look at that gunk, guys. Look at that. Now these are the pins that I haven't been able to clean out yet. So one of them includes the glitter pangolin. And the glitter pangolin, I guess because the glitter has more glue in it, so I think that is taking a lot longer to dissolve, because we put these in a jar on, I think, Saturday, and it is now Wednesday. But those are the ones that are still kind of pickling in the jar. Here we go. These are the pins that cleaned out really well. Aren't they beautiful? So guys, even when I removed the backers of the pins, I just used my pliers from my jewelry making kit, and I kind of ripped them off. Even when I did that, they still had these little kind of bumps. Let me see if I can level that. So I needed a way to get them to stay flat in order to make the molds, because I want the molds to be clean. So what I did was I put this clay on so that they would be nicely balanced on a surface, and then see, I filled the bottom of my containers with resin. So I kind of made a flat surface inside of the containers, and then when the resin was just ready, I poured a thin layer onto it as well, and I kind of glued on the pins. So I guess the issue with this is that I can't really get them off again, but what I can do is make quite a few molds from this. So that's quite cool. So what I want to do first, make a silicone mold for these ones. Later I would also like to maybe add some hoops or something, so that we can also make these into necklaces. But I think, yeah, we're gonna have to see how that goes. But for now, yeah, I want to have a look at seeing if we can make a silicone mold from this. So yeah, that should be fun. And I have hair on my face, so that should be fun. So that is what we're working on today. Hopefully by the end of this week that we will be spending in the kitchen, we will have some new products that can go up in the shop. So yes, let's experiment and see what happens. look at this, guys. Wow, it is so gooey. It reminds me of was it Tubby Cream? Like that's that food you got on Teletubbies. My sister was obsessed with Teletubbies. So fun to just stir. So I'm gonna stir this for a bit, and then yeah, we're gonna pour it into these molds. So this one was our second batch. I kind of want to show you guys. Yeah, do you guys see that? I don't want to tilt it too much because then it'll kind of pop off. But so this is probably going to cure for, I'm just going to leave it until tomorrow because I think better safe than sorry, I guess. But I'm very interested to see how these turn out. This one looks a mess. It might still be fine. The bottom still looks all right, to be honest, if you guys can see. There are a few bubbles that I'm concerned about, but we can easily fill those when we take the mold out, because I'm not selling these molds or anything. It's just for my own use, so that shouldn't be an issue. But yes, thank you guys for hanging out with me in the kitchen today. Tomorrow we are going to take these molds out and see what they turned out. I hope they'll be successful and we won't have to do the whole mixing process again. But I do want the molds to be, you know, nice and usable. So yeah, I don't mind doing it again, but let's hope they turn out well. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye. There you go. I just finished filming this giant unboxing of these different boxes, and now we're gonna go have a look at our resin stuff. Got my coffee cup sitting here as well. That's already really hard. It's not completely set yet, but it looks quite good. I'm excited about it. This other one, it's a bit of a mush. Are you guys ready to see how our molds did? I'm sorry about the bit of noise in here, so almost awkward to talk to the camera when there's so many people outside, you know? Let's see. Are you guys ready to check out the molds that we made yesterday? It's still a bit early here. I am so excited. I really hope they work, or they're good. But you know, if they're not, then we'll just have to do it again. But let's keep our fingers crossed that they're all right. I have a feeling they'll be okay, but that they'll need a teeny tiny bit of patchwork, which is not an issue. We can do that. So yeah, let's have a look at these and see how they turned out. So what I was hoping was that I'd be able to just kind of rip this out quite carefully, and then we can reuse this plasticky thing without having to, you know, use another plastic container. Let's see. Oh, well, that one's coming off easily. I can see a few holes here that aren't ideal, so we might have to cast this again, but let's, you know, give it a chance. Wow, that's just glued on, isn't it? This has tons and tons of bubbles in it, and that goes pretty much for every single design, so unfortunately we cannot use this. I might still do a pour just for the fun of it, but no, we can't use this. This is what we have so far. I went around the edges and I cleaned it up, and it's looking, you know, it's looking alright. I can't help thinking though that there's gotta be a better way to make this. So yeah, we're gonna try some different things as well, because I like this. And I want to do a second cast of this one as well, just to have kind of more molds. And I did spot a couple of bubbles in here, but that should be fine to just fix in the end. But yes, so we're gonna do another round of casting and stuff. What a week. This project has been, I mean, it's been so much fun, but wow, it's been a challenge. We're just figuring out how to make these molds without getting tons of holes in them, how to pour the resin without the resin hardening, you know, halfway through the process, which did happen. Yeah, just different things. Leaning on my foot here. Ooh, am I in focus? I've been working on this project now all week and just trying to figure out the best ways of making the molds, pouring the resins. I'll be honest with you, I took a few days of just, you know, taking a break from the project. I think once you get to a point where a project is becoming, you know, quite challenging and it's pissing you off a little bit, it's good to just take a few days, you know, step away from it, have a little look here and there, and then come back to it when you're feeling more eager to work on it again. So that is what I did. And yeah, today we're gonna have a look at the new molds that I poured yesterday. And we're gonna have a look at a few of the pins that came from the not so great molds. Actually, I'm a bit surprised at how good the pins turned out, even from the molds that had a few holes in them. So I'm gonna show you guys now, and then we're gonna pour some resin into the new molds and probably the old molds as well. So here are my new molds that we're gonna take out of the boxes now. And yeah, I think these are gonna turn out a lot better. This one will be interesting, because what I did with these was I actually built a clay base around each pin. And I'm a bit nervous about them because right after I poured that silicone, I realized that I hadn't put any kind of sealant or protection around the air dry clay. So the molds might be a bit dirty, but that should be quite easy to clean, I think. So let's have a look and see if we can, demold these. Look at that. So I did go around this just a little bit and tidy up the corners, or I tried to, not the corners, the edges. So I did crack this one a bit as well, but I don't think it's going to be an issue once it's laying down because the silicone will kind of keep together anyways. So yes, we are going to do a little pour of these. But first we're going to demold these ones, and I wanted to show you guys these. So I did some samples in there. I don't know if you guys remember this funky looking terrible mold we did. Those are our second one. We made these together, and as you can see, tons and tons and tons of bubbles. The Megalodon has tons of bubbles in it, and I actually did that pour because I wanted to show you guys why I couldn't use that mold. But now that I'm looking at it, I mean, apart from the edges that are a bit messy because I haven't cleaned them and there's a big chunk kind of missing there, but apart from that, this is actually quite nice. And I don't think the bubbles actually take away from the design at all. If anything, I think it adds to it and it makes it quite sweet. That was a fun story twister. Now let's have a look at these. So in this mold we have the Flabellina affinis, we have the peacock mantis shrimp, the great white shark, a stingray, we have a Euruna finebris, and we have the tail of the peacock mantis. So let's start with Flabellina here. Oh, it's coming off so easily. That's great. I should have put more color in the resin. There we go, so these two can be connected. Oh, I haven't filled the tail properly though. That's a shame. Let's just check that that's not an issue. No, that's not an issue with the mold, that's an issue with me. Ah, and here, look, this looks nice. That's good. And this is looking great. Awesome. Okay, I'm gonna clean up the most of it, and then we're gonna do a pour in all of these, or at least 3 of them. I'm gonna leave these to dry for today, and then tomorrow we're gonna demold them and see how they turn out. And there's one really leaking over here. So that wasn't great, but yeah, we'll see how these turn out. See you guys tomorrow. And also, yeah, so I think I showed you guys this one before as well. This is what I wanted to do with these guys as pins. So attach a little pin backer with epoxy on the back. The problem with these ones, of course, is that they're see-through, and so you can see the pin back. So I need to make sure that the colors are not transparent, at least on the back layer. And then there's just a little middle clutch, butterfly clutch, to keep them all attached. And obviously I positioned this wrong because he's kind of, oh. But other than that, I mean, I think this is a cool start to a new product range, and I'm excited to practice more and yeah, kind of perfect these to a level where I feel they're good enough to put up in the shop. So thank you guys for helping me develop this new product range. Thank you for watching this week, and I will see you guys next week. Thank you. Bye.